Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 16 March 2023, Thursday night. Time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale, a huge knife sale we shall have. First up, a little bit of housekeeping. The number one item of business is, in order to participate, you got to be agreeable with and familiar to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. They'll also be printed in the description underneath this video. So especially if you're a new buyer, be familiar with the terms of the sale. Along with that, you're going to see 3 links at the very top of the description under the video. Those 3 links are very important. If you are that new buyer, the first link is paramount. It's called a primer for buyers. It's about a 38-minute expanded explanation of how this sale works and why. So it'll make your purchase experience go much more smoothly if you know. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. If you're interested in moving along some of your collection using this weekly sales event, that video will explain how it all works from the consignors perspective. The third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in that all-important video description, at the top, the 3 links I mentioned, then the terms of the sale, then at the bottom, the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. In that right-hand column, you'll generally see 2 numbers. The first is the price of your knife, as shown in the video. The second one, the price as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service. There will be space for 4 knives to be sharpened next day, tomorrow. So the first 4 knives purchased to be sharpened in tonight's sale will be done tomorrow, Friday the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. See the green? And anything outside the first 4 will ship in about 3 weeks. Now, if you see the word sold in lieu of pricing in that far right column, the knife you're looking at has been sold, paid for, and has a new owner. So no need to send an inquiry about anything marked sold. Okay, I think that's about it for the housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we have several leftovers from last week we need to work through. These will be priced extremely aggressively. The first one is a black box knife from Benchmade. It is the 9101 SBK Auto Stryker. So the profile of the handle is going to look very familiar to the Stryker and the Triage, believe it or not, but this one's made of fluted 6061 T6 aircraft aluminum, black hard anodized. The Stryker has been transformed to a button lock automatic with a spine mounted safety. There is your deployment. Black Cerakoted 154 cm blade, 3 5/8 inches in length. A Tonto edge with a combo edge. Just some very minor scuffing on this handle. Lockup is rock solid. You saw the automatic action. The centering on this one looks to be dead down the middle. We're going to call it near mint to like new in box. Current MAP pricing for retail online purchase is $248 at your favorite website. We ran this last week at $195. It didn't sell. We dropped it to $190 or $75 for the weekend. It's still here, so somebody gets a real buy on this one. 160 like it is, 190 with my edge. The Benchmade Auto Stryker. Next up from SOG. Kind of surprised this tidy little package didn't sell. This is the Altair FX. A pretty well thought out knife system. So you got an injection molded polymer sheath, some injection molded polymer molded on scales, an extremely convertible carry system. You guys will have to do your own research, but here's a little bit of its show. And then out of that sheath pops this little beauty. Man, that looks like 90 thousandths thick. Cryo tempered 154 cm with a titanium nitride coating. Got a set of jimping back here, got a set of jimping back here. 3.5 inch blade, 4 inch handle. Near mint, no box. We'll say this knife has been used and touched up oh so slightly. And it's got a pretty nice edge on it, just so you know. Near mint, no box. Web retail on these is $150. We ran this last week at $110. Got no takers. Dropped it to $90 on Saturday. It's still here. 75 bucks, guys. That's like half price. And that is all in, shipped, priority mail, no sales tax. Get in there. Oh, you got to put it in the right way, stupid. There. SOG Altair FX. Next up, from Solingen, Germany, and Puma knife makers to the world. To the world. This is one of the coolest stag-handled Puma fixed blades I've ever seen. Just so you don't miss it, when you buy a Puma Solingen made fixed blade, you get some brilliant leather work. Got a little retention tether. And out she comes. Check this out, guys. The Puma Waldwerk. Quite a utility blade shape, wouldn't you say? Blade steel on this is 14C28N. Handle is 4 1/8. And that is a flat saber grind. They give us a sticker that tells us that this blade has been Rockwell hardness tested, and there's the impression. Looks like we have nickel silver bolsters, beautiful stag scales. Beautiful stag scales. Unbelievably comfortable in the hand. 4 1/8 blade, 5 3/8 handle. Just storage wear only. It's essentially a new knife. Web price of these brand new. I did find them, I think, on a European website for $347 plus shipping. Okay, we ran this last week at $275. It didn't sell. We dropped it to $240 for the weekend. It's still here. We're doing $210 on this knife, guys. $235 if you'd like it with my edge. That's the Puma Waldwerk. Waldwerk. Come here. You get in there. You go like that. And then we do that. All right. Next up, from Escanaba, Michigan, USA, and Bark River Knives, we have a gorgeous Gunny sheath in waterproof treated leather. Inside the sheath we have a Gunny, and this is a Gunny in CPM 3V, ramped and jimped OD canvas micarta mosaic pins and red liners. We've got a not quite 4 inch blade, a very high convex saber, and the Loveless Stewart Coke bottle handle. Oh yes. They're out of stock. You can't find one anywhere. Shockingly, we ran this at $240 last week and it didn't sell. Dropped it to $220 for the weekend. It's still here. Somebody gets this. And guys, this would have been with the mosaics and the liners and the waterproof treatment. Somebody paid, Derek or Jason or Jay like 300 bucks for this. So 200 bucks is a heck of a buy. And $225 if you'd like my edge on it. Next day sharpening is available. That is the Bark River Gunny 3V. Next up. Oh, what a beauty. I generally don't like Tontos. And I generally am not a huge fan of Microtech, but this knife is so cool. It is the Combat Troodon Tonto Edge in Apocalyptic Standard finish. So it is a big OTF. A biggin. 5 5/16 inches of closed length. 6061 T6 aircraft aluminum handle. The apocalyptic finish that's not bronze is essentially an acid stone wash over a bead blast. Carbide glass breaker. Firm button action. This is probably not a sit on your couch doing that for 2 hours while watching Die Hard knife. Firm button. Great looking finish on that Tonto blade. CTS 204P is your blade steel. 3 13/16 inches is the blade length. Let's see. Born August of 2020, and the serial number is 29523. We'll call it near mint in box. This knife would have been, dang, $534 web retail when it was new. Can't buy one now, they're gone. We ran it last week at $450, got no takers, dropped it to $410 for the weekend. It's still here. This will be the least expensive one of these you will find, guys. $385 like it is. $420 with my edge. The Microtech Combat Troodon TE for Tonto Edge. Next up, in the wrong box, we do not have a Sharpie obliterated model Benchmade. Instead, we have a Microtech Troodon DE for double edge. So there is your black, hard, anodized 6061 T6 aluminum handle, beautifully milled, carbide glass breaker / clip nut. Medium firm button action on this one. There's your double edged blade. Nice perforated fuller. Blade length is 3. Steel is 204P. The handle is 4 3/16 inches in length. This one was born. When was it born? July of 2020. Serial number 5987. We'll say it is near mint to like new, no box or wrong box. These are out of stock when they were last available. Web retail was $413. We ran this last week at $350, didn't sell. $320 for the weekend, still here. Let's do $295 on the Microtech Troodon DE for double edge. Next up, off to Oregon City, Oregon. The Benchmade Knife Company. Inside the box resides a Model 761 Monolock in M390 titanium handle and bearing pivot. This is the very subject of my review video on this knife. This exact knife. Many years ago. I think this is going to say, I guess it doesn't say first production. I thought it might, but no. Anyhow, very handsome knife. Went after the Sebenza hard. M390 blade, 3 5/8 inches in length. And by the way, you'll see the letters TAP after the listing in the description, because this is wearing my edge on it. I believe I ran this over a Spyderco Superfine and a strop before I made the video last week. And that's all it needed. It's beautifully, beautifully sharp. 4 7/8 titanium handle. Right hand tip down milled titanium clip. Non-inserted titanium frame lock with the multifaceted monolock, so the stop pin is adjustable for engagement. And this one I think I probably set 4 or 5 years ago when I sharpened this knife. It's set perfectly. Has no lock slip, just a little bit of like Sebenza-like lock stick. Beautiful centering, beautiful action. Some scuffing up here near the front of the knife on the clip in the frame. Other than that, she's a beauty. Discontinued, out of stock, sold listings on eBay, running, it's a huge range, guys, between $260 and $450. We started this one last week at $300, didn't sell it, dropped it to $265 for the weekend. This week, cheaper than any one I could find sold on eBay, and it's not a bad example. It's quite a nice one, actually. $240, no need to sharpen. Benchmade 761 Monolock TAP. Next up, another one from Benchmade. And I know I had some commenters who are flipper guys who I guess couldn't afford this because they were shocked at the weekend price for this knife, how low it was, but didn't have the means to get it. So it's a Model 85 titanium Balisong. It comes in a very cool, like heavy spandex belt pouch, and then there is male and female Velcro that goes with this. And I mean, it's super great retention. You got to pull to get it out of there. So you got 4 titanium handle slabs on this one. 5.5 inches of handle length. Somebody corrected me. I thought there was a spring in the latch. Magnets hold it out in that position. Must have like opposing rare earth magnets or something. Pretty cool. Of course, the pivots are ball bearings. Acid stonewash blade in CPM S30V, 4.5 inches long. A gorgeous swedged spear point with a perforated fuller. Super well made knife. Very, very slight handle play. In fact, you could almost say it's flex. Beautiful, beautifully made Balisong. So it is near mint to like new in box. They're out of stock when they were last available. Map pricing was $675. We ran this at $625, didn't sell. Dropped it to $575 for the weekend. Still here, guys. How about this? $540 like it is. $565 with my edge. That's the Benchmade 85 titanium Balisong. Next up, we should probably back up the camera for this one. It is a fixed blade from Cold Steel. It's the drop forged Bowie. Pretty cool knife. You know, this only out of the brain of Lynn Thompson does something like this come. So here it is. It's a big old Bowie knife. Got a retention nylon strap with a nice positive snap. Oh, man. Well, there. Oh, look at that, guys. So the drop forged Bowie is one solid piece of drop forged 52-100 from tip to butt. And then we've got some synthetic stag sort of inset and screwed on. I think these run at like 58 to 59 Rockwell and 52-100. Great work in steel. 7 3/8 inches of blade length. Looks like 3/16 stock. 4 7/8 inches of handle. This is like a gray powder coat finish, guys. Then you got your Secure-X sheath. You saw the retention. It was nothing to sneeze at. I'm going to call this like new in the box. Price of these brand new, online retail $119. This one can be yours. $85 shipped priority mail. And that, I don't know what box it's going to go in, but it's going to cost, I don't know, $15 at least to ship. So that's a heck of a buy at $85. $120 with my edge. Next up, here's a model I have not seen. And this is a fixed blade in a big box from Viper. Techno Cut. The model is the Fearless fixed blade. Pretty well trimmed out too. A beautifully milled burlap micarta scale set, held on with Torx screws. The butt of the knife is an impact device and a lanyard loop. You've got Sleipner steel, 6 1/16 inches of gorgeous double hollow ground spear point, false edge on top. I wouldn't think about putting an edge on that. It's probably about a 1/16 thick at the spine. Okay. The coating is black PVD. The handle length is 5 7/8. Super positive, great jimping. Price of these brand new. Oh, it does come in a molded plastic sheath with a tech lock. The price of these brand new, $220 web retail with this handle and the PVD blade. Your price on this one, and we're going to say it's near mint to like new in box. $150 like it is. $180 with an Apostle P edge. It's the, I'm sorry, $185. The Viper Fearless Fixed Blade. Next up, it's folder time. First one is a Kizer. The model, the KI4477 Roach. Designed by Matt Degnan. You've got a beautifully melted, crowned, milled titanium frame. Even a titanium backspacer. Just every curve makes sense on this knife. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Right hand tip up clip. And I think you want to stay off the lock bar when you open this one. I think it def locks just a little bit. It is the Roach. The blade steel S35VN, beautiful stonewash, nice broad, almost like a sheep's foot and a leaf shaped blade. Hybrid. 3.5 inches of blade, 4 7/8 inches of handle. There is your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Ball bearing pivot, of course. Centering is perfect. I'm going to call it very near mint in box. These are discontinued and out of stock. They are selling sold listings on eBay regularly for more than they used to cost new web retail. Sold listings run between $210 and $250. This one can be yours at $180 all in, shipped priority mail, $205 if you like my edge. Next day sharpening available. Kizer KI4477 Roach. Next up, it is not a Civivi. It's not even made in China, but you're going to get a free Civivi pouch. This is from Hogue. It is the Deka in blue and black and gray G-Mascus. It has the non-axis able lock. It has a thin tip-up left-hand or right-hand pocket clip with a fill tab. Beautiful milling on the G10. Blade shape, even though it says clearly Elishowitz on the back side of the blade, it looks a lot like a GTC profile, doesn't it? So it's kind of two different grinds. This is a more steep, this is a more gradual. So it's a stylized sheep's foot or Wharncliffe. They call it a Wharncliffe. Blade is 20 CV, 3 3/16 in length. Handle is 4 5/16. Just beautiful in the hand. Ball bearing pivot and an axis-like lock, the able lock. Locks up great, flicks out beautifully. Blade drops free. And the centering is dead. Condition, no. We'll say near mint, no box. You can buy these brand new at your favorite web retailer for $166. This one, let's do it $130 like it is, $160 if you would like my edge. That's the Hogue Deka Wharnie G-Mascus. Next up, from Cold Steel, it's the AD15, the Andrew Demko 15. This one with the OD green milled G10. kind of dark bronzy anodized lock bar, for lack of a better word. Ambidextrous tip up clip. Scorpion lock. S35 VM blade. 3.5 blade, 4 7/8 handle. Big knife, lots of real estate. Gorgeous droppy spear. Great jimping. Look, guys, I'm learning. Watch this. How about that? Okay. We'll call it near mint to like new in the box. Price of these brand new at your favorite web cutlery store is $216. We're going to do this one at $165, like it is. $195 with my edge. That's the Cold Steel AD15. Next up, one of my favorite Benchmades, and I don't even know why. I don't like chunky, thick knives, except this one. It's a black box, 273 FE-2 Mini Adamas, and it's just stunning, guys. They're just stunning. The 3D Machine satin finish G10, the black oxide coated thick stainless steel liners, the super big stop pin and axis bar, the Parkerized deep carry clip, perfect jimping everywhere, flat dark earth, Cerakoted CPM crewwear blade, gorgeous swedge drop point, gorgeous fuller, kind of thickish, maybe 140 thousandths. Who cares? Not very many though, as a 3 1/4 inch blade, 4.5 inch handle, kind of thick, but oh so wonderful in the hand. Perfect action, perfect lockup. Centering is perfect. Condition, near mint to like new in box. These are available new, currently in stock at your favorite web retailer for $261. Let's do $195 on this one. I don't know, is it worth saving like $66 plus tax? Probably is. $220 if you'd like my edge on it. That is the Benchmade 273 FE-2 Mini Adamas. Next up, one of two knives that you guys are going to be shocked is not the Rob's pick. But it's not the Rob's pick. But it is one of my all-time favorite Benchmades. And it's not a 940. What must it be then? You know what it is. It's a 560 BK-1. Super freak. She's super freaky. Okay, no need. This knife needs no introduction. Black and gray milled G10 scales, red liners, red standoffs, Parkerized deep carry clip, and if you want a split arrow, we got one of those in the box as well. Blade, black Cerakoted CPM M4. 3.5 blade, 4 7/8 handle. Silky smooth free action. Rock solid lockup. And centering, doggone it, that's pretty freaking good, Benchmade. Alright. It's been used and touched up. Let's see, how's the goods to touch up? Well, what do my fingertips say? Sticky. Probably doesn't need me to work on it, but I'll give you a price anyway. Near mint in box, used and touched up. Currently in stock, brand new for $261. How about $190? Like it is, $220 with my edge. Super Freak from Benchmade. Next up, from Hinderer Knives, made in the USA. It is a Jurassic in Magnacut, slicer grind, tri-way pivot, working finish, Coyote Tan G10. Ho, 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 ho. This knife is so discreet. Coyote Tan, working finish on all the titanium and the blade. Flicks effortlessly. It's got the ball bearings installed. Blade centering is perfect. Lockup is perfect. 3 1/4 inch blade in MagnaCut 4.5-inch handle. I guess we're going to call it like new in the box. They're out of stock. You can't buy a new one. During the hour or so that you could, they were $4.25. They're doing between $4.15 and $5.59 on eBay sold listings. This one, $4.20. $4.20 like it is. $4.50 if you like it with my edge on it. That is the Hinderer Jurassic in MagnaCut. Next up, from the Northfield Unexcelled line from Great Eastern Cutlery, we got a 933119er, 93 ram foot in Cocobolo. Cocobolo. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? Closed length 3 7/8. Swayback ram foot. Cloud shield double line nickel silver bolster. Guys, I don't know if I've ever seen this, but I'm calling that pull an 8. That's the stiffest 93 I've felt, and it's beautiful. It kind of pulls like a 78. Beautiful walk and talk. Perfect blade centering. Blade is unmarked. eBay sold listings for this knife in this cover are $225 to $315. Now there were 2 of them down around $225, guys, and they were both users. This is like new in the tube. Your price $220, like it is $240 with an Apostle P edge. GEC Northfield 93 Ramfoot Cocobolo. Next up, we have one. In fact, we have a bunch from Spyderco. This knife is a pair of 3 in camo. Digicam to be exact. Here you go. And here you go. Got a titanium deep carry satin finish clip, a little bit of pocket scuffing. And the original, apparently unmarked, is in the box. Flicks out beautifully. S45 VM blade. Nice looking stonewash on that S45, by the way. And it's been used and touched up. Pretty sharp. Super solid lockup. Free dropping blade. Dead center. Price of these brand new right now at your favorite web retailer is $175. Then you got 20-ish for the clip. We're going to say near mint in box, $145 all in, shipped priority mail. $175 with my edge. The Spyderco pair of 3 Digi S45. Next up, Save Me From Myself, boys. It's from Spyderco. The box says it's a Delica Wharncliffe Blue K390. This blade is so wicked. I think that's more teal than blue, but that's just me. Bright hardware, black clip. It's just a working knife, boys. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous K390 blade. Now, I've wiped this down, but it came with a very nice coating of preservative oil from the consignor. There is no patina on that blade. Oh, yeah. Ooh. It's sticky factory sharp. No blade play. Nice free blade. Centering looks very close to perfect. Condition like new in the box. You can buy these brand new at your favorite web retailer right now for $123, probably plus tax, depending on where you are. This one, all in, like new, beautiful example, $100, shipped, priority mail, $130 with my edge, next day sharpening available. Spyderco Delica Wharnie K390. Next up, this comes in a Spyderco box, but it's the wrong box. So the label's probably scratched out. Okay? It is the Blade HQ exclusive Spyderco Native 5 lightweight in mint, FRN, and CPM M4. So it's got an FRN handle, but you still get the bushing pivot, I believe. Let's see. Because I think I played with this. Yeah, I think you do. Nice free blade. Beautiful centering. No patina on the M4. Factory edge is unmolested. Squared away. I'm going to call it like new in the box. Blade HQ exclusive. They're discontinued and out of stock. When they were last available, they were $119 at BHQ. This one can be yours. $95 like it is, $125 with my edge. Spyderco Native 5 lightweight, mint, and M4. Next up, these are two identical knives, and they'll be listed 1 and 2. Okay? And they're so close, you don't even need to make a distinction. You really don't. These are the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in Toxic Green and DLC coated CPM 20 CV. This is a Knife Joy exclusive, discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they were $185 new. And I'll show you both of them. They are both like new in box, near mint to like new in box. Zero blade play. Free dropping blade. Perfect centering. Zero blade play. Free dropping blade. Perfect centering. Both like new. They'll be in your inventory as Spyderco Pair 2 Tox GN for Toxic Green, 20 CV DLC, number 1 and number 2. Your price, $180 each, $210 with Apostle P Edge. Next day sharpening available. Next up, another Spidey. This one is a Cutlery Shop exclusive, Para 3 lightweight with Cutlery Shop orange scales, FRN, and a blade of CTS XHP. You've got the deep carry ambidextrous tip up paperclip clip or wire clip. I thought that was a little freer than that. Yeah, it's not free if you bend the handle while releasing the lock. Look at that. And rock solid lockup. And blade centering is off to the right slightly. We'll call it like new in the box. These are out of stock at Cutlery Shop. I don't even know what they were when they were new. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $122 and $185. This one can be yours. All in, shipped, priority mail, $120, $145 with my edge. Next day sharpening available. That's the Spyderco Para 3 lightweight, OR for orange, and XHP for the steel. Next up, we have reached the Rob's Pick portion of tonight's sale, and it is a Spyderco. What Spyderco is it, you say? Well, it's a Shaman with a black blade and a 4-screen handle. 4-screen G10, black hardware, black clip, and a blade of CPM Crewwear. 3 9/16 inches in length, 4 11/16 inches a handle. Lockup is rock solid. Blade action is very free, kind of as free as you want that heavy blade to be. Centering, dead. This is a Knife Joker exclusive. It is like new in the box. They are out of stock. When they were available, they were $234. Sold listings on eBay now ranging between $237 and $405, and those ones down in the mid twos are kind of old, so they're drying up and getting more expensive. This one can be yours, $250 like it is, $275 with my edge. That's the Spyderco Shaman GN Crew DLC. Next up, from Spyderco, a Manix 2 and CPM Crew Wear Black. So this is the Knife Center exclusive, and when Knife Center does crew wear, they do like to do smooth black G10. And this has got the DLC coated crew wear blade. In your inventory, it's going to say Spyderco Manix 2 Muerte Crew. Caged ball bearing lock, rock solid lockup. Action is beautiful. I'm just not very right-handed. And the centering is dead. So that is the Manix 2 Muerte Crew. Discontinued and out of stock at Knife Center. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $240 and $270. How about let's do $225 on this one. $250 with my edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first four. Next up, from Benchmade. This is a beauty, guys. So it says it's a 551-2201 grip, which was a Knife Center exclusive. It came with a 20 CV blade and red Norol GTX scales. But that's not what's on here, and we do not have the red scales. Who cares? What you have here is a pair of stunning gray or sort of natural hard anodized aluminum scales from AWT, and there is the most beautiful subtle satin grain running down the length of that scale. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's got a Parkerized Emerson clip, full-size grip, saber ground drop point, beautifully stonewashed 20 CV. Man, what a gorgeous example. Rock solid lockup. Free dropping blade. Centering is about dead as I see it. We'll call it near mint in box. Even the standard red handle version is out of stock at Knife Center, but this knife's kind of a one of a kind. Let's do 160 like it is, 190 with an ApostleP edge. That's a beauty, guys. Benchmade 551-2201 grip custom scales. Next up, another knife that is not the Rob's pick that will shock you. It's a Benchmade 940 BK-2004 Blade HQ, Jade G10, black hardware, black Parkerized split arrow clip, black Cerakoted M4 blade. You know, I own one and it'll last the rest of my life. There's no reason for me to get excited. Rock solid lockup, free dropping blade, perfect centering. Condition is near mint to like new in box. It's a gorgeous example. No mechanical issues. Currently in stock new for $196 at Blade HQ. You can buy this one all in, shipped, no taxes, $175. Priority mail, $205 with my edge. The Benchmade 940 BK-2004 Osborne. Next up, we have another couple of twins here. These are Benchmades. They're both bug outs. They are the 535GY-2101 Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. And what a package this is, guys. And again, these knives are so identical. You don't even need to tell me one or two. So what we've got is that mill pattern, that checker pattern that debuted on the gray-handled Griptilian several years ago in OD green G10, black hardware, black standoffs, a dark gray Cerakote in CPM M4. The Parkerized shorty, deep carry clip, ambidextrous tip up. Action's beautiful. Lockup is rock solid. Centering is dead. Action's beautiful. Lockup is rock solid. Centering is dead. They're both like new in the boxes. They're discontinued and out of stock. When they were available at Smoky Mountain, they were $208. Sold listings on eBay run between $177 and $300. These will be yours, all in, shipped priority mail, $175 as shown, $200 sharpened. The Benchmade 535 GY-2101 bug out OD M4 ×2. Next up, another Benchmade, and it's another bug out, the 535 BK-2. So you might say this is the bug out muerte, murdered. Black CF Elite scales, Parkerized shorty, deep carry clip, ambidextrous tip up. Cerakoted blade in S30V. Lockup, dead rock solid. Not quite a free dropper, but still eminently flickable. Centering is dead. Current web retail for these knives is $171 minimum advertised price on your web. Your price on this one, your mint in box, $130 like it is, $165 my edge. The Benchmade 535 BK-2 bug out muerte. Next up, it is a bug in because we have another bug out coming from Benchmade. The 535 BK-4 bug out. Perhaps the most special non-gold class bug out ever made. A beautifully milled, I mean beautifully milled set of dark gray hard anodized and tumbled aluminum scales. We've got chamfers, we've got sunburst, we got a shorty deep carry, Parkerized clip. I got red anodized titanium standoffs and thumb studs, and I got a blade of M390 Cerakoted. What a beauty. I mean, what a beauty. Rock solid lockup, free drop in action, and centering that is perfection. Man, what a gorgeous knife. Gorgeous! It's like new in the box. These are currently available at your favorite online retailer for $270. $270. Your price on this one, $225 like it is, $255 with my edge. The Benchmade 535 BK-4 bug out milled aluminum and M390. Next up, we got one from Cold Steel. Yes, we do. It's the American Lawman with the sort of last generation fine textured G10, thinner handle, all black hardware, a black PVD blade in CTS XHP, rock solid triad lockup, nice free blade, Doggone centering looks pretty perfect. Condition on this one is near mint to like new in box. They're discontinued and out of stock in this configuration. I found one sold listing on eBay, just one, at 94 bucks. This one can be yours, $90 shipped priority mail, all in, $115 with my edge. That is the Cold Steel American Lawman OD XHP. Next up, from Cold Steel, we've got a Securex sheath with a nylon retention strap. Just want to make sure the snap's squared away here for you guys. Yep. Retention's kind of rubbery on this one. Because of the Cray X handle. Not Craton, Cray X. This is the Master Hunter in 3V, CPM 3V. Made in Italy. Sort of an acid stonewash 3V blade, full flat ground, fairly thin behind the edge, 4 5/8 blade, 4 3/4 handle. It's comfortable, it's secure, it is a game processing machine. These are not cheap, my friends. They are not cheap. If you buy this knife brand new, and you can currently, it's available. It's going to be $180 at your favorite web retailer. This one can be yours like new in box, $135 like it is $160 with my edge. That's the Cold Steel Master Hunter in 3V. And if you're going to buy that, you should probably have the next one. You should, because it looks like I zoomed out, doesn't it? Let's make sure this works. Oh yeah. Securex sheath. Cray X handle. PVD coated blade in CPM 3V. What a gorgeous. This is called the Pendleton Mini Hunter in 3V. So it's kind of a 3 inside the horn and pinky out back knife. If you got smaller hands, you might squeeze them all in. Great little bird and trout, don't you think? 1/8 inch stock, maybe. Again, rubbery retention. 2 7/8 blade, 3 3/4 handle. Like new, no box. Web price of these brand new in the PVD coated model is $120 at your favorite online knife store. This one, 80 bucks shipped priority mail, $105 with my edge. It's the Cold Steel Pendleton Mini Hunter in 3V. Next up, from Brooklyn, New York, knife maker Michael Zieba, we have a Zieba. In a very nice box with a card of authenticity. It is the MS3 in Nitro V titanium handle, Pro Finish EDC, whatever EOS, I don't know what that means. Made January 17th of 2019. Signed by Michael Zieba, even. Look at that little, looks like a pen, doesn't it? Yeah. Gorgeous, shimmery bead blasted crown titanium handle. Bright blue anodized titanium hardware. Milled titanium clip, right hand tip up only. Look at the screw heads, guys. They are not messing around. It is, oops, a little ball bearing flipper. Looks like a bead blasted and tumbled blade. Blade length is 2 11/16 of Nitro V. Handle length is 4 inches. Model MS3 stands for Manhattan Special 3 inch. It is a titanium frame lock with steel insert. It is a ball bearing flipper. Everything feels awesome. Blade's perfectly centered. It is like new in the box. Made in Brooklyn, USA. They're out of stock when they were last available. Web price new was $325 and you can buy one. But you can buy this one at $295, all in, shipped priority mail. $320 with my edge. The Zieba MS3 Pro. Next up, our second and final Hinderer in tonight's sale. The box says that inside resides a FireTech Sponto tri-way with stonewashed blue handle and black G10 scale. And that's what we got. Oh yeah. Beautifully milled G10, bright hardware, stunning blue anno over that stonewashed titanium, thumb disc deployment. The ball bearings are installed in the tri-way pivot. Blade steel is 20 CV. 3 5/8 blade, 4 11/16 handle. There is your lock engagement on the steel inserted frame lock. It is rock solid like a Hinderer. Bearings are beautiful. Centering is perfect. It is like new in the box. It's a perfect example. There is one website that has this exact knife in stock right now. The Recon 1 is the site. They want $500 for theirs. They're out of stock everywhere else. This one could be yours $435 like it is, $465 with my edge. The Hinderer FireTech Sponto. Next up, got one from ProTech. The knife inside is the CF07 Cambria flipper. Black handle, maple burl inlay. That's interesting, don't you think? I think it's kind of interesting. Check that out. Tiered, milled 6061 T6 aluminum handle, black hard anodized, inlaid maple. And then look at the button for the button lock, mosaic. Get a little bit of in and out of the pocket wear at the front of the handle. It's a ball bearing flipper with a more than adequate detent. DLC coated 154 cm. Blade length is 3.5. Handle is 4 3/8, so very economical blade to handle ratio. Number 207 is the number of this knife. Nice action. Perfect lockup. Perfect centering. We'll call this one excellent to near mint in box. Blade and handle scuffs noted. These are out of stock everywhere. When it was last available, they were web new 210. This one, 160 like it is. 185 with an ApostleP edge. That's the ProTech CF07 Cambria flipper. And that brings us to the last knife in tonight's sale. This is from Bradford, and it's a Guardian 3.5 limited edition. Limited edition. There's that beautiful Bradford sheath for scout carry. Why limited edition? Well, because you got natural canvas micarta scales. You got a CPM 3V blade, beautiful stonewash, 3 3/4 inch blade, 3 7/8 handle. Kind of misleading because you measure that blade all the way back to here. Anyway, super nice in the hand, and it's wearing an ApostleP edge, and it is still super sharp. Like, it goes right to work in between the fingerprint whorls. So we're going to call it near mint in box. Way better than new, to be honest. And you can't find this knife anywhere. Can't find it in stock new. Can't find sold listings on eBay. Not with the 3V blade and the natural canvas. So, that said, we're going to do this one for $200. And no need to sharpen. That is the Bradford Guardian 3.5 3V TAP. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the ApostleP channel. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm probably going to enjoy myself when you guys start whacking me on this sale, because, man, there's some nice stuff. That's all for this one. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.